Today we're reading one of the next letters from Lieutenant Haas. This letter takes place in camp near Fredericksburg, Virginia, in 1862, August 8th. Dear Mother, since I last wrote to you from Newport News, we have had another move. We are now about 15 miles from Virginia Creek, where it meets at the enter of the Potomac. We are encamped on a hill where we can see a good deal of the surrounding county, which is beautiful, and we have the best water that we have had since we left the Pennsylvania. There are a great many congregating here, and should old Stonewall Jackson happen to call around this way, he would get into a nice trap. However, I believe our general will not wait for him to come, but as soon as we have plenty of transportation and supplies, we will hunt Stonewall up every day. Harris Cavalry brings two large lots of prisoners, both soldiers and gunneries. In fact, they bring everything they can lay their hands on. Horses and blacks and everything else. This is what should have been done long ago. It would have been better for the country. Miss Culp's son is here in the 56th Infantry. MacArthur saw him yesterday also. Clark, who used to lead the band at Schmoken, he also is leading a band and expects to be mustered out in a few days. We are also expecting to be discharged every day. Well, I shall be glad of it, as patriotism is played out. There is too much of the infernal blacks, and I am getting tired of it. If I am discharged, I intend to visit Schmoken and Danville and try to get a situation or one or the other. The places that I am tired of Pottsville. I never gave me a good living while I was there, and I am lucky. If I'm lucky enough to get discharged, I will try to get work up the country farther. I have not heard from Luther for over 2 months, and I do not know where to direct to find him. While we were coming up the Potomac River on Sunday morning, a private in our regiment committed suicide and died from the effects of it. Monday morning, he shot himself through the abdomen, and the ball coming out of his back, it then went through the boards of the partition into the stateroom close to a black's head, where it dropped on the floor. There was none of our men that had loads in their guns, but this fellow took his gun and went into the water closet, loaded it, and put the muzzle against his stomach, and stooped down and pulled the trigger with his own hand. He lived and suffered for 24 hours. He is a German and has no friends in this country at all. It is still very warm, but have had a nice breeze over the hills nearly all the time, which makes it very pleasant. This morning, a spy was captured about a mile from our camp. He pretended to be deaf, but when the guards caught him by the throat, he could hear and speak. In a very short time, the prisoners that are taken here are all sent to Washington, which is about 55 miles from here. From what is done with them, I do not know. I am well, but this warm weather is thinning me down, as it is all the rest to only weigh me 130. It makes the grease come as I can tell you, but the drum has rolled for regiment drill, and I must close. If I come home, I will come to see you in less than 2 weeks after, but I have no time to write any more now. My love to Mammy and Sarah and all the rest, from your affectionate son, Edward Haas. Band, 48th Regiment, Fredericksburg, Virginia, General Burnside's command, via Washington, D.C.